It's kind of hard to pitch in a situation like this where you don't really know what to expect, but he seemed interested.
Yeah, it's really.
A really important part of making a documentary is actually being able to pitch it. I was thrown into the heat as I made my first film, Zero Silence. It was selected to pitch at Sheffield Duckfest, in front of all European broadcasting commissioners. We were a select few projects that they watch every year and decide if they want to buy or not. So you could say that there's a lot at stake at these pitches. A lot of people ignore this when they start making films, partly because the industry is kind of hard to understand, but also because we have little to no education in pitching.
One thing that I think we notice now is that we really need to kind of put together basically like a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
It is basically like a trailer or something. We have that, but we don't want to show it with just one character because it's not going to tell the story the way it's supposed to be told. So we need to kind of go back and piece that together.
Yeah. And also make a deck.
Yeah, and also make a deck. And we do this all the time. This is what we do. So basically the deck is like the treatment stuff that we do for commercials.
I was being coached by our Swedish funder, but she was also getting me more intimidated, because one of the commissioning editors was a hardball at BBC, who frequently just ripped bad projects apart if he didn't like them.
Often it's a very visually, enticing document. It's about getting people hooked and interested in your idea. You have to talk about the style and feeling of the project, casting process, who are you going to cast, what characters are you looking for. Then there's the locations. You need to have mood boards of all these things. You need to show visually what it is that you're going to shoot.
If you want to make a living making films, pitching and networking is just something you need to practice and get used to. Otherwise, you won't be able to fund any film.
Sometimes you only get one chance.
Yeah.
You get one like they take a look at it one time, and if they like it, you can continue the discussion. But if they don't like it, you're fucked.
Yeah. So you need to make it ready for them.
Yeah.
And I think we're pretty much getting ready. But don't do it too early. Make a platform or create a platform where you actually can take it as slowly or quick as you can. Now we're gonna head to the airport.
Meeting an agent at CAA or Endeavor is not easy. You don't just walk in with a Hawaii shirt.
I think the next time we talk to them is probably when we have something to show.
Usually the best way to get to meet someone is by a friend connecting you. But the way you get in front of people vary. What led to this is many years of work until you put yourself in a position where these doors open. So if you take away anything from our time in LA, look at this as an insight into what a couple of years planning and networking can result in. For us, starting to talk to Netflix was just a bonus.
We're partnering with Kickstarter, if you don't know already, now you know, to do a crowdfunding campaign. And it's not going to be like a regular crowdfunding campaign. Like we've done like film crowdfunding campaign, all those things before, but because we've built everything around our own like ecosystem now, around our own filmmaking, the crowdfunding campaign is not going to be about you getting a t-shirt or getting a film. It's going to be about you getting an opportunity to educate yourself and become a better filmmaker. So we built these courses and we built this whole ecosystem of learning with coaching and everything. That's going to be part of the crowdfunding campaign. So you're going to be able to get like rebated pre-sales of these courses and all these like mentorship type of things that I think people need. It's not that we do this just to make money, but that's one aspect of it, because we need to make money in order to be able to do our art. But it's much more an incentive for anybody who wants to learn filmmaking to actually be part of that crowdfunding campaign. And that's what we're trying to build this whole project around. Not so much like the film itself, because we know that that's crucial. You have to have a strong story. But really today, it has to be more than that.
Yeah. And we thought, like, of course we want to integrate the whole crowdfunding campaign with the channel, and like a t-shirt isn't of any high value for you guys. It's basically just a t-shirt, but giving you the opportunity to be educated and giving you like online courses in terms of if you support the art and the film, that's a win-win for both sides.
I think mentorship is how people need to see it, though, and not so much like education. It's much more about like building a modern way of having a mentorship that's online, and where you can kind of get, you have the Q&As with me, but you also have now an opportunity to do like the coaching sessions, which we've done a couple of them. We're gonna like amp that up much more and do more of that. We might launch like a selected few, like 20 people or something, that goes through a course where we do like coaching on a more consistent basis, and kind of help people to make films, because nobody's making money that is working the traditional way in the film industry. It's like they are in panic mode basically. So we want to just like show people that it's possible to actually get a sustainable living going off of doing this. And it isn't that hard. Like
no, it's especially if you don't. I don't know. We make documentaries, so it's easy for docs to make something cheap, but it's still possible with fiction as well. Yeah. But to make it, to don't have any high costs of making the actual film.
The irony, though, is that if we get funding now, the budget is probably gonna start raising it, and it's still gonna be expensive in the end. But I think that's necessary if you want to have a project that's like this case study. If we win an Oscar or something like that, which you always should like go for. We know that we might not win an Oscar, like obviously, but you should always go for that. And we want to do like our best to be the project that won that Oscar from doing it the alternative way.